89J Freak here. I'm kind of doing this for YouTube specifically. We have here my first gaming rig. My wife was a gift from her. So we're going to be trying to put it together. I'm going to try to capture as much as I can while doing this by myself. So we are going to try to document a little bit here and there on the whole process, quote unquote. I'll try to do it. Like I said, I'm trying to do it by myself, so it's going to be kind of difficult. I will try to get a little bit here, a little bit there of everything that I'm doing. Again, not really having a proper quote unquote camera is going to play a role on that. But I'm super excited about it. I'll go over the parts real quick. We got a Ryzen 5. We got the Ryzen 5 1600 that we're going to be using for the CPU. So that's super exciting for me. I was going to go with the Ryzen 3. I decided to upgrade to the 5 because of using it for my vlogs and as well as for my YouTube stuff. That's why I haven't been posting YouTube videos lately, because everything has been kind of, it takes so long for me to render a 10-minute video. It takes almost an hour to an hour and a half. So that on my old computer, that's kind of sucks. Okay. For the RAM, we got some ballistic 8 gigs, 2 sticks, ballistic RAM. It is an 8 gig kit, 4 gigabytes each. It's DDR4 RAM, 2400, and so decent RAM, good great gaming RAM. So I'm excited about that. Let's see if I can get the power supply right here is a 650 watt power supply, and that's just a power spec power supply. It ran me about 45 bucks, so it wasn't too bad. It was pretty cheap. And then right here I got the GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, and this one is by Strix, which is by Asus, and it does have the RGB little logo thing in it. Not bad. Actually, I was super impressed with Micro Center, because I walked in there and I'm like, well, how much is a GPU going to cost me? Because of the whole cryptocurrency thing and all that other mess. I'm like, how much is this going to cost me? So it only cost me 250 bucks, and I'll have all the prices like wrapped up kind of thing. And you know, I kind of wanted to do 16 gigs of RAM, but that was over $200, so I kind of cut that down to 8 gigs. Hopefully that doesn't make a huge sufferable difference, but it will make a little bit difference in performance. And then I have the Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte mass storage. I did not get a solid state drive. I wanted to get a solid state drive. I did not get a solid state because of the simple fact of it was like 250 gigabyte, and it was going to cost me roughly over 100 bucks for 250 gigs, and I said, you know, that's not going to work as far as price. So yeah. And then the motherboard, we got the Gigabyte AB350 gaming motherboard, it's an AB350. It's got the AM4 socket for Ryzen. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool little gaming motherboard. I don't know the specs on the motherboard, to be honest with you. I just know it's AM4 socket. I do know that it will work with the USB 3.0, so that's fantastic, and it will work for any other upgrades that I want to do in the future. So that is a plus for me. Now, the big old case here. This case right now, this case is by Cooler Master. It's a Cooler Master case. It has a tempered glass on the side of it, as you can see. Very nice fingerprint magnet, I know. The cool thing about this case is it came with 4 RGB fans. I'm not super big on the RGB thing, but it's kind of cool looking. If for in the future, if I want to upgrade to like put LED, RGB LEDs in there, if I want, that's awesome. It looks like you can vertical mount your graphics card in this, so that is also a added plus as well, personally, because you know I do like the looks of that. But also it comes with 4 fans, like I said, and it comes with a I call it a fan hub. You know, basically plug all your fans into that fan hub, and you only got to use one of your fan headers off your motherboard. So that's nice, if you ask me. And also with the Ryzen 5, this comes with its own cooler in it, so that's also a plus. I don't have to worry about that getting extra expense there. I'm not super big on the whole like have to be RGB. That don't really matter to me. The one thing that I did say I wanted for cleanliness sake in this computer was a power supply in the basement power supply. So I'll try and get some close-ups of it with actually the teardown of everything. And this is like my first time ever trying one of these videos, just for something different. So I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it. I'm hoping that it all turns out right, honestly. And we're just gonna. I probably should have done that last, but we'll put it back. So yeah, like geek porn right there. I'm just saying. So many people can go hashtag geek porn in the comments, right? So yeah, I have a crap ton of things to unbox, a crap ton of things to try to organize. I'm not really too worried about this being a daunting task, because I have watched so many videos for months and months and months on how to do this. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'm a little nervous about it because it does feel very overwhelming at first, but yet again, I'm confident in my ability to figure it out. So I will try to document this as much as possible, because I think this is a cool experience for somebody who's never built a computer before. I've wanted to do this, guys, for over 10 years. Well, 10 years now, since I got married. So in 2007. So yeah, for over 10 years, I've wanted to build my own computer, and I just haven't, had the money or had the time, or the different situations arose where I could not do that. So finally, I've been wanting to do it. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to dig down in this and see what actually happens. Everybody I talk to says, don't worry about it. It's going to be smooth. Some people say, that's a nightmare. I think you'll be okay. I'm confident in my ability to do this. So we're going to get started. Like I said, I will try to document it as much as humanly possible. But also my phone batteries have already died. So this is going to be a long video. So bear with me. I'll explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, for those of you who have never done it before. But my only question is, where does this go? When I just put the processor right here in, all I did was lift this up and just set it, matched it up with each end, and just bloop, put it in there. It didn't go down right the first time, so I just kind of readjusted, tried it again, and it just went straight down in, nice and easy. Didn't apply any pressure to it whatsoever. Just let it go whoop right in, and it did its thing. As you can see here, it is done, and I basically, like, my camera died in the middle of it. My phone just croaked. So yeah, it's looking pretty cool, you know. Looks like a PC. So as you guys kind of saw there, uh, the phone cut out, finally died after recording that 10-minute video and then that other like 30-second video. And I tried to get the as much as I humanly could, and then my phone died, and unfortunately I was not able to do as much videoing of the process as I humanly could. It was very difficult to do it by myself because I was going to wait for my buddy and then see, if he could help me uh, do the whole process of everything as far as with the build. And unfortunately, that didn't happen because on this day we went to the doctor and everything, and it was a long day for everybody around, and definitely it definitely took its toll on everybody, and it was very much a long day. But overall, my honest experience with dealing with that PC, or building this PC as my first build, I think it was a very good experience. To be honest with you, it, you know, I do things at my own pace. So all in all, it took me from, so let's say 7 o'clock at night to about 10:30 was the time that I put my last uh my last part in, and I put the GPU in last, uh just because, for personal preference there, because I always like unboxing a new graphics card. I think it looks kind of nifty. I kind of suck though trying to get all the plastic off it, because they plastic the freaking crap out of it, and anyway, it was a different experience, honestly, for me. Um it was fun. At times I kind of got a little frustrated with the cable management with this case. Uh you have a ton of cable management options with this case, but the back plate where you try to put it on after all your cables are in there, it's kind of tight for the most part. But really, I mean, I would get this case again. It's a nice case. The case itself only cost $50. That was after a mail-in rebate, so that was pretty cool. I got a couple other mail-in rebates from Micro Center, and they didn't sponsor this video or anything. Nobody sponsored it. The only thing that sponsored this video was my wallet. I did reach out to a few companies to see if they wanted to help with this build, but like I said, uh, I know that kind of takes a long time to hear back from these companies, especially when they got so many people contacting them, and there's so many other bigger channels than me, and I completely understand that. I don't take that offensively at all. Um, Yesterday I got to stream on this PC for the first time, and it was absolutely amazing. I literally threw everything that I could at it, trying to get it to freeze, trying to get it to stutter, trying to get it to, kind of mess up. Nothing. I mean, it's a completely night and day difference. The total price on this computer is under $1,000. It was roughly, after the licensing for the operating system and stuff like that, it cost roughly like around 790, I want to say, roughly something like that. So it's not I wouldn't classify it as like a super budget build. If I didn't buy the graphics card for $250, it would have been a lot cheaper. 250 bucks cheaper, right? But all in all, it's a good it's a good build. Good first build. I wouldn't call it like top of the line build, but it's definitely a good starter build to where you can expand from there. If I want to get like a Kraken water cooler, those of you who know what that is, I can do that. You know, if I want to put in a custom loop, I can learn how to do that and then put in a custom loop for water cooling. I have not overclocked this PC yet. I have not done really much, I guess. I'm gonna try to run some benchmarks um, on the GPU for performance purposes. I don't know as far as the CPU stuff, goes, but some things that I did not say about the Ryzen processor. Um, it is a 6-core, 12-thread processor. Also, the motherboard, as you can see, it had 3.0 on it, USB 3.0, and it also has 3.1, USB 3.1 on it as well as a HDMI out on the back of the motherboard. But remember, now they got the new Ryzen processors, or APUs, that people are starting to call them now. But it has like the Vega 8 or whatever in them. I'm not sure. I didn't go that route just because I already planned on buying a graphics card. And like I said, the price of the graphics card I bought was pretty close to MSRP price. And it was funny, as I was as I was leaving Micro Center, a guy came out, and I was sitting there and I'm watching him. I don't know why, he just caught my eye. And I see him take this huge power supply. I mean, a massive. It had to be 1,000 watt, I think, something like that. It was a massive power supply, and he put it in the back of his car. And I'm like, oh. I look at my buddy and I said, I bet you he's gonna set up a cryptocurrency machine. And then I happened to look and see what he was putting in, and it looked pretty close to what he was trying to build, a cryptocurrency miner. Which is kind of funny because you can use your regular PC to mine cryptocurrency. Now, granted, I know the more GPU power you have, the better off, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm not really super into that kind of thing. But hey, you know what? Somebody is out there. I've seen a few videos on how to build a cryptocurrency mining machine, or a Bitcoin miner, is what a lot of people call them. It's not my thing. I think it's driving prices up for the most part because people are, going out there and spending, hundreds or even thousands of dollars on this equipment, and making it harder for other people to buy. Now, I have seen a lot of cryptocurrency people out there that say, "Hey, we're not driving prices up. It's blah blah blah." It's Micro Center's fault. It's Newegg's fault. I don't know. I kind of have a hard time with that one, but to each their own. But personally, I wish I would have got a lot more on film. It would have been a super long video, especially 3 hours to do cable management. The only one thing I cannot figure out, and that is how to get the lights to work on the front fans with the Corsair case. The fans themselves are working. I plugged everything. I did, I looked at everything. I've been trying to search online a little bit, and the LED part is not working. I don't know if you need to get like a little LED brain or whatever they're called, a US or LED hub for these cases. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever built a newer, mid-range to, I would call it a mid-range system, honestly, because if I ever upgrade, the next step is Ryzen 7 for me at this build right now, which is great because like for example, if I want to do that, all I gotta do is just take the old CPU out, put the new CPU in. That's it. Because it's still an AM4 socket. Now, if I wanted to go up to like a Threadripper or whatever, then obviously you gotta get a new motherboard and everything. But I'm just doing what I do right now. It's pretty easy. Now, also with the price, that 790 price point, that is not including a monitor, keyboard, or mouse in this. Right now, literally all I'm using is just my old keyboard I've had for years. 7 years I've had this keyboard, and it's just a e-machine keyboard right now. I will be upgrading that, and the mouse that I'm using is a wireless mouse, and that too will be upgraded because of the simple fact of when you're playing certain games, the mouse kind of likes to say, haha, I'm not working. So, I got this wireless mouse because I thought I wanted to do wireless. I thought it would be nice. I didn't realize how many batteries I would go through, honestly. I mean, it'd be good for like using it on my laptop, but as far as like a dedicated thing for my desktop, not so much. And also, too, what I use for a monitor is a 27-inch HD monitor. A lot of screen, honestly. I really do like the size of the screen because when I'm live streaming, or even you can use it for video editing and stuff like that, you get literally the full picture of everything. But eventually, not right now, but eventually, I would like to get a dual monitor setup. I'm just trying to figure out what the better monitor would be. And on the back of my graphics card, it has 2 DVI outs. And 2 DVI outs, a display port, and an HDMI. So, not too bad on a choice. Obviously, I have it hooked up to the display port. I have my little 22-inch widescreen monitor that I have not done it yet because I've been kind of pretty sore after doing that computer. Because believe it or not, it's a lot of sitting, standing, and then on top of going to the doctor. For me, who you guys know that I deal with a lot of health issues, so it's been kind of a very slow process for me. It took me the whole next day to get everything that I needed to get installed just to live stream. And also, I'm still I'm still working on getting everything else, up to date. But yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with the whole LED fan thing, because it's kind of weird, when you think about it, because everybody's like, oh, you just turn it on and it works. And I'm like, is there software or something that I'm missing? I've been checking on Cooler Master's site, trying to figure it out. I've been checking on Cooler Master's site. I'm trying to figure it out, trying to see if it's me or if it's the PC, which I do not know. It very easily could be me because of lack of experience. But overall, just to kind of walk you guys through, after I put everything together, I was like, all right, the wife went to work. I brought the computer in, I set it on the desk, hooked everything up. I'm like, all right, moment of truth. Push the start button. It posted first try, so that means I did everything right. I was like, yeah, awesome. Also, in the price of everything, that is not including a Windows operating system. With the Windows operating system, or with the product key, you can buy product keys off eBay, off Amazon, anywhere from $10 on up. Honestly, I spent $10 on a Windows 10 OS product key, so that takes everything up to roughly about $800. Now, again, this is not something I would normally do to spend that kind of money on a computer. But yeah, remember, this is towards more mid-range to higher end And like I said, everything I've thrown at this thing, it just looks at me and laughs and says, okay, is that the best you got? I have not done any overclocking on the system. I had not overclocked the GPU at all. Nothing. Not overclocked a single thing. And it performs happily with everything that I've been doing. I'm very happy with the price that I paid. I'm very happy with I mean, I wish the price was a little bit lower, but you gotta remember, guys, RAM, you know, just that stick, two sticks, the 8 gigs kit of RAM, that costs $200, and it would have been for 16 gig kit, it would have been like, $220 or something like that. So I mean, I saved some money by dropping the 8 gig down to 8 gigs of RAM. So that was kind of like a corner I had to cut, quite literally. But in the future, as far as upgrades, I would like to water cool it so I can overclock it higher. I mean, I can go in and overclock it now to 3.6 easily. So I'm pretty happy with that. And also in the future, I'll try it. Maybe I'll add some LED lights into it or something like that. Again, that's not a necessity right now. It was just something, everything I bought was, and that I showed you guys, was to get that PC up and running that day. And like I said, 10 o'clock at night, I clicked the power button and it posted. First try, didn't even like have to make it do anything. So that was nice. And you know, honestly, this PC has been very, very good so far. I haven't had any, weird things happen as far as it crashing or unstable. I mean, I installed, you know, I'm pretty sure I got all the drivers finally installed. And as far as the old PC that I have, I'm gonna give to my buddy. That way he can have a PC and kind of start dabbling in PC gaming, and it will work. It just, you got to be ginger with it, I guess you could say. You got to be very gentle with how far you push it. But that's pretty much all I have for this video right now. I want to thank you guys for checking this out, and I'm really sorry that I did not get more in depth on this, because I wish I had more. I really wanted to live stream the full build. I really wanted to get everything that I could possibly get and show you guys, everything that I did. But I mean, for the most part, there's other YouTubers out there that can show you exactly every little step. Mine wasn't to show you how to build a PC. This was my experience and my take on being a first-time PC builder. So I wear that badge proudly, honestly, because it is, to some people, like I've told other people, how you are with your car, that's how my PC is to me. You like to go out there and shine the rims on it, make sure the paint's nice and shiny. Well, that's kind of what it's like. I mean, some people like cars, some people like computers. So, but guys, I really want to thank you guys for your time. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So expect more videos out of me. If not, start harassing me for more videos. And thank you for all those that are still subbing to my YouTube channel and still following me on Twitter for all the all the videos and stuff and live streams I've done in the past that have not been great quality, but yet you guys still stuck it out with me anyway. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. You guys don't know how much that means to me. But thank you guys. You guys have a good one. See you guys on the next one.